What is up, my little Danos? Vepsisi, Yokos of the Helsinki Dragons, and we are here for the top 8 battle for the one last ride when I go up against Seabad, who managed to beat Monta in the last round, which was a big surprise to a lot of people, but goes to show that really anybody can beat anybody in a Wi-Fi scene-wise and Draft League as a whole. And good on Seabad being able to pull it off, and I believe if I had a chance to watch it, I remember it being relatively clean win, so no RNG helping him in that regard to achieve that. So going into this, my team as a whole, we're going to be going it very briefly, and the matchup you can see on the right side of the screen. So we're going to be bringing a heavy-duty boots holding Tornado Tera with Tera flying, with Tera Blast, Crash Knot, Heatwave, and Nasty Blood. This coverage pretty much hits his entire team. He doesn't have a good natural flying resist other than the Earthworm, which I hit very hard with Heatwave. Outside of that, he will need to dedicate his Tera typing to be Rock, Steel, or Electric. Electric would be the toughest one cause we don't have the coverage to hit that typing, but other than that, like Rock and Steel, we can cover with Crash Knot and Heatwave. Crash Knot also hitting quite effectively on Swampert, which is low-key kind of annoying one into my roster, so I wanted to have a quite effective coverage for that thing. Then we have a Cover Cloak, especially defensive Mr. Lou. The moveset is very simple, that's what Mr. Lou does. The only real big difference, I guess, is the Cover Cloak just for the Petsurant, in case I want to avoid a scenario where Confusion goes off through its ability when I get Poison. So I'd rather have the opportunity Whirlwind it guaranteed and not get RNG based on that per se, because it is one of his Tera Captain, and it's a very scary Tera Captain potentially, even though I expect the Volcanion to be more likely to Terralize versus me. Then we have a Air Balloon, special defensive Petsurant. This is the Terrapagos answer, also giving me opportunity to gain that parting shot momentum into my setup threat like the Tornado Stereo, which is the main winning condition. Other than that, it's just there covering the Terrapagos, and I can potentially try to hazard stack versus him because it's his only hazard remover. We have spikes already on the Tinglu, and we're gonna be having stealth rocks on our Sugarberry Pickpocket Tinkaton with Gigaton Hammer, Player of Encore, and Stealth Rock. We have Sugarberry mainly to cover the Sarud a little bit better because it gets coverage like Stomping Tantrum to hit Tingatong, so I want to cover that. I want to have access to Encore in case of it trying to set up on me, or I force it to be locked into a certain attacking move, so it's easier for me to revenge it that way. And yeah, Stealth Rocks were important alongside with the spikes as well to rack up the damage on the team. Then we have a secondary winning condition, really depending on the fact that we get rid of a few things, especially with Terrapagos, which is going to be the Dragonite. I guess it also means that a Scream Tail has to be worn down a little bit, hopefully through the hazards. But anywho, the Dragonite Heavy Duty Boots just basic moves here like Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Iron Head, pretty standard. I guess the Earthworm would be actually a bigger issue than even the Scream Tail to be worn down. Like, that's gonna be a mod that if I see on team preview, I really need to get rid of it until this Dragonite can do anything on the matchup. But I was kinda, while making this set, I was kinda not expecting the Earthworm to come, so that's why I figured that, you know what, I'm not gonna run like mix sets for the Earthworm. I'm gonna run this moveset, and if the Earthworm comes, hopefully I can wear it down eventually with the team as it is, and just run the optimal Dragonite set outside of that thing. And then we have a Citrus Berries, sort of specially defensive Cloitzer here. This is kind of like the Copium resist to Volcanion that is not hitting me super effectively through Tera. Not really the best answer for it, but it was kind of the best option I had, unless I dedicated my Taunty to be like Assault Vest, Tera, Dragon, Water, whatever the typing would be at that point. But I figured that the Tornado Stereo has way too good of an offensive matchup to compromise it into that role. So we're gonna put Cloyster on the team. It does its thing. Hopefully it can resist Volcanion well enough until I have ways to deal with it later on and revenge it. So that's gonna be the team, and let's go and see how the battle will turn out. Alright, we are here for the battle. We are at top 8 in the one last ride tournament. We are playing Crimson Seabad, or shortened by Seabad. He's bringing Volcanion, which he mentioned to be Terra Water. So that could mean either like choice specs or even choice expanded. He brought the Swampert, Screamtail, Earthworm, Sarud, and the Tera. So he didn't bring Petsarant, which was one of his other Tera captains, but he brought the worm instead. Which does wall my Dragonite set, unfortunately. But thankfully my Tornado Styrian does have Heatwave on it. I think I'll still lead what I was planning Organary, which is my Tera Flying Taunty, because it has Heatwave and Krasnot, besides Tera Blast Flying. And then it has Nasty Plot as a form of winning condition option. If I see Volcanion as a lead, I scout and go into my Claw Itcher. And we proceed from there. Good luck and have fun to Seabad. Ideally I would like to win this, of course, because if we get to top 4 it means we are guaranteed to get some prize money out of this tournament and having a chance to play for finals. If not, then all the best to Seabad if he manages to win this and gets to go and do that. He does lead with the Volcanion. Okay. Now that is a terrifying Mon to deal with, so I'm gonna be right away putting a Claw Itcher as my switching, but before I press it I wanna make sure that I have Calcs ready. We're gonna be slapping Tera Water on you and Terralize you. Okay, so now I could see the damage number what you're putting out. Let's see what you're clicking. Are you like physical variant with liquidation that I saw in a mock, or are you steamer option? We're gonna see the Tera Water coming off. Alright, what kind of variant are we seeing? The Volcanion is actually a very terrifying Tera Captain. I think it's a quite underrated, even in a standard format. Steamer option. 224. Does snag the burn. So I was at 224. 65. That isn't specs. It could be Assault Vest. That could definitely be a thing. Versus his team. Terralized. And water. Steamer option. Versus his team, to be honest, I don't mind Aura Sphere. So I'll press that. He does go for a steamer option again. If this is Assault Vest, then this won't be doing a whole lot. But any kind of damage on this is important, because then Krasnot will be doing a decent chunk to it. So we get up a Aura Sphere on it. That did more than I would think that it should be if it was Assault Vest. Yeah, that's not Assault Vest. Good to know. You're at, I would say, like 60%. Yeah, that's around 60%. Does my Taunt Revenge kill this afterwards? It should be able to after a Krasnot. I guess the worry is that he could be Scarf. Regardless, I'll go for a Sludge Bomb this time around, in case I live. He covers the Screamtail swap in as well. He does withdraw. Herald. Swampert. Okay. Unfortunately, this is a resistant hit, but we do snag the poison on you, which is nice. Are you... Okay, I don't see leftovers. Interesting. I could try to hard withdraw here. This could be a Stealth Rocker. Like, preserving a sack would be potentially quite important. Yeah, that could be actually like Scarf Volcanion now thinking about it. Which is a roll to kill a Thorn. I think I go into Taunt regardless. I wanna be able to preserve a sack for Volcanion. Because there's a high chance that I do need one to deal with it. Okay, he does go for Earthquake. Now, this could be Rindoberry with a Mirror Coat, so I am tempted to kinda just go for Nasty Blood first and scout for that. The unfortunate part is that if he took very little from Sludge Bomb. Let me see actually. Because the original damage didn't do a whole lot to it. For my Clytzer. Yeah, I did quite little. For all I know, this is Assault Vest. I'm gonna Nasty Blood and Scout for a Mirror Coat. Because the Sludge Bomb, even though it was like a resisted hit, and I'm not super like offensively invested on my Clytzer, like I feel like it should have done just a little bit more than it did. And if he does like Flip Turn here and goes into Tera so I can like withdraw and kind of reset the health that I might be taking from a Flip Turn. He does go for a knockoff. Which is unfortunate to lose heavy duty boots there, but this will mean that I definitely kill this. And nothing really wants to swap into a Crash Knot and follow up with a coverage move or stab. So we just go for a Crash Knot. This should take you out. Okay, this Swampert is dead. If the Earthworm is carrying Stealth Rocks, though, that knockoff could be annoying. If he brings Volcanion in, it's starting to make me think that it's definitely Scarf. He cannot really go into it otherwise. He could be trying to bite me into the idea that he's not Scarf by taking a moment. But he does go into it, you know, relatively soon. So it definitely makes me think that it is Choice Scarf. But basically what that would enable me to do is afterwards to go into who would I would go into, to be honest. It could be Dragonite technically. But we for now have to sack the Clytzer here. I would have to be in a higher health situation or be able to eliminate this Volcanion. Yeah, that will unfortunately take us out there. So, very high chance that you're Scarf. Can I come in with my Tinglu here versus Volcanion? Oh, is the fact that if you're Terralized gonna be doing too much to me? That is a spec set, so I wanna say yes, Scarf set would not kill me. So I have that option. I could also just go into Dragonite and fire off attack with it, which I will do. He does have Earthworm there, and if I'm giving Earthworm a free swap in, I guess it would mean that I would go in Hard Tone, I suppose. I feel like it would be a little silly for you to... I don't want to play around the idea that you would stay in. Like, I really want to double. But he misses. I'm so sorry about that. I'm very sorry about that. But now that I got that damage on you, if I'm able to keep hazards up, we are in a very nice spot. So I would say that's like 10%. But yeah, I'm sorry about that Missy, but that's unfortunate. But it does help me quite a bit. So now if I'm able to get up Stealth Rocks or Spikes, and always block the Rapid Swing with my Petron, which I should be able to, we should be pretty set. He does now withdraw. I would imagine Earthworm comes in. No, Screamtail. Okay. Versus you though. What are my options? Tinkaton most likely, just straight up. Is what I should be doing. I don't wanna get statused by you. I could make a swap into my Tinglu, even though this is a Screamtail in front of me, cause it doesn't like threatening me too hard and I can Whirlwind. It also covers like a Volcanion double, which means that I can stay in, take the hit and go for Earthquake and kill it. I'll do Tinglu swap here. It also covers like a Thunder Wave that he could be throwing at me, and I don't want my Tinkaton necessarily getting paralyzed if I can avoid that. Yeah, he does go for Thunder Wave. I didn't want Tinkaton catching that. So now, what I will definitely be doing is getting up this spike. If he goes into hard Volcanion, so be it. I can take the hit. But I want this spike up. The worm comes out. Okay. If this is a setup set, I do have Encore on Screamtail. I also have Whirlwind on you. I could start Whirlwinding here, try to... How do I feel about this situation? So I could go into Taunt and just Heat Wave right away. You shouldn't do a lot to me, right? If you have Heavy Slam. Like when I'm looking at Tornado Styrian. Yeah, Heavy Slam won't be doing as much. Iron Head shouldn't do as much either. So yeah, I have a Tornadus as an option here. So I think I'll use Taunt for this. If he has Stealth Rocks on this, I get it in the field before those would go up. Sand Tomb. Oh, interesting. I mean, now I feel like Nasty Plot is relatively free here. I don't want to like proc a random weakness policy on this. I'll go for Nasty Plot and put him in a tough spot with this. Like if he goes into Screamtail, that's... I think okay. I can always hard withdraw and just force some spikes damage on it or recognize if it's boots or not. Okay, we go for the Nasty Plot. Yeah, he went for Metal Burst. Okay. So now that you revealed that little surprise, this could be Ockaberry. If you're Ockaberry and I'm +2, I do not kill you yet. So we go for another one. He goes for Body Press. That's fine. If I'm now at +4, this is still a roll if you're Ockaberry. So I think going for +6 is better. Yeah, we go for +6 just to make sure. Spikes go off. That's fine. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's okay. And now I just kill you with a Heat Wave. It wasn't even Ockaberry. Okay. Well, I covered the worst case scenario and I'm at +6 now, so... How much Terrapagos is doing to me? This could be... I need to scout for Terrapagos just in case. If I don't kill it through the thing. So I doubt I would be able to, but... Oh, there's a world where that could kill. Like, if he specs, he is taking spikes. If he boots, I don't think he can kill me. Like, I'm 263. Yeah, none of those attacking moves will kill me. I feel like I'm in a position that I just Tera Blast, because I should live any hit. The Tera Seal will navigate some of the damage. Oh my god, that's just killed. Insane work from there with Torn. Am I gonna sweep Seabad the second time in this generation with Tornadoes? Therian? First time, to be fair, it wasn't like Terramon for me. Okay, here comes Volcanion. It does live barely. It does live barely. If he's locked in into Steam Eruption, like, what's my case then? I shouldn't risk this, I think. Yeah, I shouldn't risk this. I can go into Petsaron, to be honest. I don't need Petsaron as much anymore. I wanna scout for Scarf. Unfortunately, the spike didn't kill it out, so I cannot really sweep from there, as I originally thought that, oh my, I would have been in a position to do that. Yeah, he does go for Steam Eruption. Oh my god, that was a critical hit. Wow. Well, we make for the fact that he missed earlier, I suppose. But to be fair, I was sacking this, so I don't know if it made it up a whole lot for it. I mean, regardless, I'm pressing the chain here. I see Steam Eruptions again. Thankfully, he wasn't Flame Charged there after that crit. Or he didn't go for it if he was. Honestly, I think my best bet is to go into Tinglu here and just go for Earthquake here. Is it? I don't want multi-skill from Dragonite to be broken. Yeah. I'll just go into Tinglu. I could Whirlwind, and that means this would be a, still a sack afterwards, but I kinda just wanna get this kill with Earthquake. I do have Cover Cloak to cover the burn. Yeah, we'll take it. And we take it out. I do have to be careful that I don't give Saru too many free turns. That's mainly what I have to worry about right now. And also making sure I have pieces to take out Screamtail. Because at this point, Tingatong is kinda that for me. If he goes for Trailblaze, is that the worst case scenario per se? Because I can go into Dragonite afterwards and Dragon Dance. I have a Tornado's full health. And it's not holding an item. I think for now I Whirlwind, just to cover a Sword Dance play. He does go for a Whip. This is a good turn to go into Dragonite. Because if I get that initial +1, it means I can really weaken down Screamtail and allow Tornado's Therian to clean out the game. And I'll just do that. Let's go Pablo. I'll go for the Dragon Dance here. He goes for Knockoff. Now, is +2 necessarily? How much am I doing to Sarud with this? Because I also want to make sure that if Sarud is like Koba Berry, I want to be able to hit that well enough. If this Sarud is just offensive, which right now I can see from that damage as well, it did go for a knockoff, which did put me at 255. So it's probably like... Did like 26 through the multi-scale. So if I go for like +2... No, I'll go for Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw should be fine. Yeah. Okay, he does have Encore on it. Which is unfortunate. So he's on Power Whip. So it has to have a move to hit my Tinkaton then, so it's not set up. Like surely it has like Stomping Tantrum or something. Like that would be my initial guess. I do have Shaka Berry on my Tinkaton, so I can technically swap into it. Yeah, I think swapping into you is okay. I think swapping into you is okay, because if you knock me off, I get rid of your item as well. As he withdraws, goes into Screamtail. He takes spikes. It's leftovers. Okay. So leftovers, Thunder Wave, Screamtail. That's good to know. To be honest, I don't see a reason not to Gigatongue Hammer here. We are faster, which is good. As he does go for Thunder Wave. But that's already like good damage on this. I could Encore it into Wish. So I can Gigaton Hammer afterwards. I could also just get up my rocks here, but I don't know if they matter as much per se. I'll go for the Encore just to see what he do. Yeah, he does go for a Wish, which means next turn you cannot redo anything else. So that's all it's gonna be doing. So like I could go for Gigaton Hammer and finish this off if it stays in. If he withdraws into Sarud, I still have Sugar Berry and I can play off it afterwards. I have opportunity also going to Torn here, but I like the Gigaton Hammer play still. Ah, we get paralyzed. Okay. That's unfortunate because it's gonna be high health now. I could go for a play rough. This is gonna turn into a Stally War potentially. Yeah, that's the main issue here. I think I'll go for an Encore initially. Alright. I forgot that it was still in Encore turn. Whoopsie. It's still an annoying scenario per se. There's no point of me going for attack, so I'm gonna go for Rocks actually here. in case those were to come into play. If this ever withdraws, then I would have spikes plus rock still. Right now, its Encore has ended. So this is an opportunity now for me to go for Encore. If he withdraws, then so be it, to be honest. I'll go for Gigaton Hammer first, actually. He does go for Psychic Noise. That should basically show you almost your full set. So now I have opportunity to Encore. As he goes for a Wish. He's been taking the... Let me see, does that indicate me at all? Like, are you like physically defensive or special defensive with this? Because you were very slow with it. Like, if you're special defensive, this would take quite a bit for me to break you. Two nasty plot... Like, a nasty plot can two-shot you. The other option is to go into just hard Dragonite here. So I think I'd rather do... I wanna just go into Dragonite, as he does withdraw. So I guess it's fine. Are you boots with this? You are boots. I mean, this is fine, I think. Well, it's able to get the Wish off, to be fair, so it's not, like, ideal. But I feel like I can still Dragon Dance and just lock into Iron Head afterwards. I'll just go for Dragon Dance, just to boost up my attack, and then I can start going for Iron Heads, and then not worry about the Encore. Like, Iron Head should be doing a decent amount of it anyways. And now that I know your boots, then I know you're not Cobra Berry either. So now we proceed to just go for the Iron Head here. This does decent amount. And we live, which is fantastic. Which means I can go for a Dragon Claw and follow that up with the kill, hopefully, here. Yes, wonderful. So now I will be able to get a big hit off on Screamtail, if not kill it, depending on his spread, like are you physically defensive or special defensive. And I have that Stealth Rock and a Spike up as well. Alright, this is super over. I forgot that how low you are. Never mind, you send that Wish off and Dragonite cleans this. Okay. Nice. So I'm able to... Oh, I crit there. Well, it doesn't matter at that health. Well, good game to Seabad. I do manage to still maintain undefeated versus him, which I guess is decent. It doesn't really matter in a big scheme of things. The more important is to progress in the tournament to top 4. Where I'm gonna be playing a very tough opponent that last time that I played him, I did lose to him. I won't spoil too much other than that for the result, depending on when I'm uploading this and when he's uploading his top 8 game. But it's gonna be a tough opponent for me to fight next. But based on how this tournament is working, and like I mentioned that I'm gonna be getting some prize money, there is gonna be a case of like even if I lose my next game, it doesn't mean that it's my last game of the tournament. There will be a 3rd place game as well. So I'm guaranteed to play 2 more games. But ideally, it would be for finals and not for the 3rd place. But until for my semifinals game versus the opponent that you get to see then, again, I don't know when I'm uploading and when he is, so I don't wanna in case spoil that result. Until then, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out Seabad. His link is down below the description. Wonderful guy. And I'll see you guys later.